Hello, niggas and niggeritos, and welcome back to The Read, first episode of 2022. I am Cornbread the Snack Jeté.
Oh my gosh, I am June Jambalaya.
Of course you are, bitch. And this is The Read. Thank you, everybody, for coming back.
I knew it.
You did. You knew it. You sensed it. You knew it.
I truly did.
Felt it. And here we are. Yeah, I could not ask for more out of a first episode of Drag Race, but I'm sure we'll get to that later. But anyway, yes, thank you for coming back. Hope everybody enjoyed their break.
I know I did.
And yeah, I truly did. And I still have another 2 or 3 weeks off from school. So when I tell you a bitch is about to be vacating, like literally don't ask me for nothing. I'm enjoying all of my time off from having to like read things and cite things and type very fast. So it is good to be back though, and great to have you back.
I think at some point yesterday, I was literally just eating chili cheese Fritos in my bed and counting my toes to the ceiling and laughing because I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous.
I was going to say, even though that sounds crazy, it is truly a beautiful feeling.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And I fully understand you, friend. Amen.
It was amazing.
It's just, and I really think it was the pandemic more than anything. I think the pandemic stresses us out so much subliminally or unconsciously that we don't even realize until we have a break just how much we needed it. But yeah, I feel good and I'm glad to be back.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
And like, I know that a lot of people are like living in a diet pescatarian right now but like I still am fully invested in what we're in, and I don't want to do I don't want to keep rehashing and bursting people's bubble, unjacking them from the Matrix. We can get to how terrible that thing was later.
Oh damn.
And okay. I don't want to ruin your immersion,
right?
But some of the girl. But I was just in Florida.
I mean,
where everyone pretends.
True, you were, and a lot happened. We had a lot of celebrity deaths over the break. We had, some things that really shifted the culture back to back, and it was a lot. So, yeah, I mean, obviously,
first episode since my Betty White.
Yeah, it's very difficult to accept.
All the Golden Girls are gone now. I still have it. I really have it. And it's like, it's weird because when I found out that she died, I was like, first of all, I felt really sick that day, like physically sick. And I was like, okay, great. So I have COVID. And now Betty White is dead, but I didn't have COVID apparently. Anyhow, that was just a shitty day altogether. But I was just like, on one hand, I was like, okay, well, yes, she was 99 years old. She was very, very old. She's probably much more comfortable and happy now. It just felt like a part of me had accepted it, but there's also like a part of me that's just like, the lady has been in my life my whole life, and she's been quote unquote old, like
my whole life
since I was born.
Exactly.
So it's weird to think that she's not here anymore yet, but needless to say, I've still been watching my Golden Girls obsessively, and some of these episodes hit a bit differently now. Some of the quotes do as well, but R.I.P. Betty. I took many shots out of my Golden Girls shot glasses, specifically the rose one.
Beautiful.
In tribute to our queen.
Yeah.
All of them gone now. It's a trip. And then we just lost Sydney Poitier. This past week. Which is like
also crazy. Yeah.
Groundbreaker, wall breaker, glass shatterer.
All of it.
Icon, legend, artist, inspiration, And it was like that one, and it was literally a week later, I believe. Yeah. I think Betty, first of all, had the nerve to pass on New Year's Eve. She died on
New Year's Eve, which honestly I thought was iconic. When I first heard it, I was like, how dare you, bitch? You're like 10 days away from your 100th birthday.
Icon. That like, bitch said, count this down.
Dare you, right? And what's really crazy is I had just ordered a copy of that People magazine celebrating her 100th birthday. So, of course, at the last minute, they went back and reprinted and were like, oh, remembering Betty White. But I had still ordered that other one. So I'm going to hang on to that for however long. But yeah, that was crazy that bitch was like, I know you all are waiting. And New Year's Eve, I'm clocking out. And then Sidney Poitier doing the same thing. And oh my God, no, I feel like it was like at least 3 or 4 other people. It was just like back to back.
Well, Bob Saget, I think, just passed away today.
Danny Tanner just died like yesterday. And it's just been crazy.
It's like a sad childhood Sunday.
Yeah.
Like a triple layer cake of tragedy.
Right.
For me. So...
If not a quadruple or quintuple layer cake, because like...
Yeah, because there was someone else.
James Matume just died.
There you go.
I think it was him. Yeah. Just died. He was 75 years old, a legendary producer. So it's like, I felt like it was coming like nonstop. It was all back to back, all these Black legends, even though obviously Betty White does not count as a Black legend. Black people really stand for her, and
she matters to us.
That whole story about like when she first had her variety show, talk show or whatever, and having that Black man on it, like that was something I already knew, but niggas found out, and it was like they stand her even harder. So it's just been a rough time for the people that we've grown up with, you know, and there's not a lot of white people I respect. So to lose one of the ones that really meant something, you know, it hurts. And Sidney Poitier, despite the things he said about Black women and how he didn't need them, you know, that nigga was still groundbreaking. I mean, he said it. He was still groundbreaking in his own way.
I literally forgot about that.
I mean, I feel the same, not the same way, but similar ways about Sidney Poitier and like Danny Tanner, what's his name? Bob Saget. Because Bob Saget made a lot of jokes that I don't find funny.
Yeah. Things
that were like, you know, across the line for me, things I couldn't handle. But at the end of the day, I can't deny the talent. And that's kind of how I feel about Sir Sidney. But anyway, it's just been a rough start to 2022. So I'm glad to have had some time off to focus on myself, to smoke weed and journal. And I'm glad to be back here with you, friend. We're about to hit our 9-year anniversary. 9 fucking years of doing this show. Can you believe it?
Whatever this is.
Like 9 years of being like, girl, I guess if they'll have us back next week, then we'll be back. It's just weird.
And we're literally we're chucking coal into the furnace.
We are.
We're not even like we're literally just like the girls don't even know. The girls don't even know.
They don't.
What we've got planned.
They don't. There's, you know, I feel like 2022
together and individually.
2022 is going to be a big year. I believe
she's going to be something.
I believe it. But, you know.
She's already getting on my nerves and giving me anxiety, but that's a good thing.
Right. That's a sign of a good year. But here we are anyway. So thank you for coming back.
All right. So Black Excellence, real quick. I'm going to piece it up to MJ Rodriguez.
That's right. My motherfucking mother. Period. I screamed when I saw this. Like, MJ is my mama. Don't do this.
This 31-year-old actor.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Somebody much younger than me is my mother, and I could not be more happy for her. Could not.
Well, she is now the first ever transgender actor to win a Golden Globe for her portrayal of Miss Blanca.
That's right.
On our show Pose.
That we love.
That's so, yes, that we love to watch and to cry over and to relate to and obsess over and laugh at and quote. God, Correct. What a show. What a moment. The girls just gave us some moments and peaced out. Pose is gone. Insecure is gone. The girls are just like,
they said good night, everybody.
Look, we're done. Yeah.
Bye,
the stories were finished.
Bye. Right. But yeah, Mother Michaela J completely deserved it. I really, really love Blanca, the character she portrayed on Pose. And so I think for the rest of my days, I'm just going to have to stand. And it is what it is.
From here on out.
The rest of you are just going to have to be angry about it. But I truly love her. I didn't even know that she was the first transgender actor to win a Golden Globe. But seeing how excited and happy she was, how she gave homage to the other girls, how she talked about how this was paving the way for the new girls, it was just completely heartwarming, and I adore her. So congratulations, baby. Nobody deserves it more than you do, mother.
More than you.
Nobody. So I'm so happy for you.
She gave a speech on Instagram, because I don't know if I guess they're not having a show.
Oh yeah, I think they gave out all the awards on like Instagram or something. That was so. That was so crazy.
I think they postponed the Grammys.
Yeah, no, because Omarion is coming through and whooping everybody's ass where Icebox used to be.
Touch.
Like, he's
just that fast. Touch. Touch.
It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. Like, so I get it, but yeah,
she's everywhere.
That's what we had to see her. We had to see. Don't do this. Don't, please. And in your eyes, I know it's you. Okay. Anyway,
links in my lap, girls. So let's see how long she stays in the room.
I mean, you did threaten her, so
I did. I promptly threatened her.
You told her not to piss you off, right?
I did. This dog be so confused. I literally just be like, because I will throw you out at the drop of a dime. Do you hear me, bitch? Come here, baby.
Right, that's what you say. And then you love on her and you give her whatever she wants.
We're besties.
Right. You're full of shit. But yes, congratulations to my mother, Michaela J. Love you, adore you, and you deserve it completely.
Also, just an honorable mention to someone also Black and excellent. 10 years of Blue's 10th Ivyversary just took place.
Right, bitch.
And I truly can't believe it. I can't believe it. Miss Tina posted that photo of her and her grandbaby, and they about the same height. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
The fact that when I first saw the picture, I was like, oh, this must be one of Miss Tina's angels. You know, this must be one of the high school girls in her program. And then to read the caption, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
What? Where? How?
I knew Blue was going to be tall. She was always big for her age. Her parents are taller than average, but I wasn't ready for in the Balenciaga sneakers. I said, please get Beyonce Jr. out of my face. I cannot handle her.
All I can do is stand.
It's all we can, ever since helloblueivy.tumblr.com.
I cannot believe.
All I can do is stand. Jesus.
It has been 10 years.
Me either.
Of me imagining and cosplay.
And cosplaying as this little girl. That's right.
Imagining
speaking for her.
The life that I'm sure she truly lives. in that household, calling shots, running public relations and marketing.
Correct.
Styling and creative direction.
Yeah. It was truly beautiful. And clearly Miss Tina was the designated person to announce Blue's birthday because Beyonce kept going with random assorted famous people. And we're all like, so we're not going to get an acknowledgement of the actual princess. But of course we're not, because Beyonce remembers how y'all acted about her pregnancy. She remembers how y'all acted about Blue's hair. And therefore, y'all don't get nothing other than like very selective posts from people who know and love Blue. And that's all y'all deserve, really. When I think about it, that's all the general public really deserves, and really not even that, because y'all did the absolute most behind Beyonce when she was pregnant, and Blue when y'all was like, oh my God, Blue was like 8 months old. And y'all were like, why Beyonce hadn't part her hair? Why Beyonce got that baby out here looking nappy and crazy?
Literally.
Like, it was too much. So I fully get why she was like, well, you know, we'll wish a happy 43rd birthday to Jake Gyllenhaal or whatever, but we won't acknowledge Blue Ivy, the Don Diva, right?
And honestly,
exactly.
And honestly, it's in my, I would assume it's a text from, oh, you know, we live for the girls, or maybe a list of people. And then the Parkwood folks put that stuff. It's not like Beyonce herself is going anywhere and putting anything the fuck up.
Yeah.
So it's no different a day for her personally than any other goddamn girl. It's not her who's posting those things up on that website. But you're absolutely, no. They're going to go and do their personal things because that's why we only see Sir and Rumi when it's time to sell tights.
Correct.
Or go on tour.
All Beyonce did that day was tell her mama, yes, you can post this. That was all.
Exactly.
That was whatever.
Probably not even that, honestly.
Whatever they had planned for their baby, they were going to do anyway.
Because, you know, Blue and Miss Tina have a different... They have a different... You can tell that's
Blue
one of
did
those
tell
very
her.
special
She did
grandbaby relationships where they're like besties.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because none of us will forget when Blue told her mama in the theater, you are not... her grandma, you are not supposed to record here. Grandma, you're going to get in trouble. You're not supposed to. Grandma, you're not supposed to. You're not
this was years ago too.
Right.
Like this was
and Miss Tina's just like, anyway, ignore that little short nigga.
Like, girl.
And meanwhile, Blue is like, they're gonna come get you, Grandma. You're not supposed to.
I made your mama. I don't give a fuck. What you talking about?
Miss Tina didn't give a fuck about none of that.
Oh my goodness, that was so great. Oh, I love black people.
It was a beautiful moment. But anyway, yes, happy 10th birthday to Blue Ivy. What an icon. What a legend already.
All right, so this week in Hot Tops.
Oh, Lord.
I just realized I didn't come up with a song for this.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. They forgot. They completely forgot.
Anything. But you know what? Maybe I won't do that this year. Maybe I'll come up with something different altogether.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Keep you on your toes.
That's right.
My problem with these bits is that I swing way too high. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, you have to commit to songwriting, sports recaps.
That's your bad.
Like, what are you doing?
Because nobody told you had to do that. So
no one. Literally nobody.
Leave the sports shorts alone. Nobody's going to be mad at you for that.
Don't stop it. Don't. You get out of your head. You stop it right now. I mean, it's a gift. I can't.
Okay. No, you're right. You do have a talent.
I'm blessed. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at Link like, okay, I'm finna leave. Link is like, nah, you finna get...
You're not going anywhere.
Link is like, you finna get wired up and I'm out.
You want to go? Do you know what you want to do is go over there and start tearing shit up? Because what's happening is... I already know what you're going to do is sit your ass here and be quiet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even paying you no
You're
mind.
really like a mother covering her breastfeeding baby. Like this child.
I'm covering her up because
this child just needs to chill.
Yes, there you go. Now, Hot Tops and the Half-Blood Prince
Oh, wow. I was going to say The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Forget it, because Prince.
Yeah, I do. But the fact that we were both thinking of Harry Potter movies, which are terrible, that's when I'm like, wow, alignment.
You watched 3 of them.
If I even watched all 3.
Did you watch?
I'm not sure that I finished 3. I'm not sure that I did. They're so bad.
I'm not even going to do this again.
Great.
I would enjoy it if you would just watch the rest of them. Even if you just hate watch them.
They're so bad.
Hate tweet through them and how bad they are. And just stick through it and see if you like anything. You didn't get to Helena Bonham Carter.
Okay.
You didn't get to like other good parts of it.
Wow.
And so you should just watch the rest of it. Okay. I'm literally watching it right now. I'm on Order of the Phoenix right now and hating that fucking bitch. What's her name all over again?
You first watched as a child, so it's different for me.
Like
no, that's not. No, that's a very big difference. You first watched as a kid, so you have a certain affinity that I simply don't have.
I feel like by the time the last movies came out, I was grown.
But I read the books first. I didn't watch the movies first.
I also read the books first.
Okay, but you were a kid when you read the books and watched the movies, whereas I was an adult when I did both. So I read the books first with an adult's mind, thought, wow, this is great. Then watched the movies and was immediately incredibly disappointed. So, so I'll put it on my list of things to do, in 2022. But, I just thought Prisoner of Azkaban because ass and cabanas. Things gay niggas love. Yeah, you're right. You're welcome. Of course, always. I'm here to help with sports shorts too, whenever you're ready.
No, you're not.
Oh, no, you don't need it. You don't need it, but okay.
I don't.
I know you don't. Right. So, okay.
Well, girlies, The Weeknd is back with a brand new album titled Dawn FM, and the streets are buzzing about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's already drawn brand new Michael Jackson comparisons from the likes of, who said it besides Timbaland?
Oh, God. Y'all love that bullshit.
Yeah, the New York Post. New York Post
Womp.
Compared him to Michael Jackson again, or this Michael Jackson of his generation when they reviewed the album. Timbaland excitedly referred to it as some thriller shit. So, of course, I decided to listen to the album so that I could give a fair and objective opinion.
All right. Thank God for that.
On these opinions.
What did you I can't wait to hear what you thought, friend. What happened? What did you think? How was the music?
So the album is Dawn FM. It's quite conceptual. It's like a radio.
These are facts instead of opinions.
Theory thing. Yeah, it's very dance pop synthy. little 70s 80s funk in there.
Okay.
And it happened. It's about 16 songs. So I will say this.
Okay.
I've listened to collections of The Weeknd's music before, and I hated this one the least.
That is kind of a compliment.
There are some songs on it I enjoy.
That is also kind of a compliment. Which songs
specifically towards the middle?
Okay.
Let me see if I can tell you the names of the ones I like. Oh God, can I even remember at this point? Because I listened to it like a few hours ago.
Okay.
I think Out of Time. Yeah, I think Out of Time was one I really liked, and Sacrifice. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so you were done talking. All right.
those there are other ones that were kind of pretty, but I don't remember because I only listened to it the one time.
Exactly. Like I thought.
But there's something for everyone. You know, there's music for cleaning out your loft apartment.
Okay.
Music for like casting spells before you go to Pilates. Music to be like Rachel Lee Cook and She's All That. There's something for everyone. Now the Michael Jackson portion, the Thriller portion, I'm not there. I'm not there with you guys. I'm not at that station.
I never will be.
I think that as I've said before, in relation to this comparison, I think that his tone, Abel's tone, it reminds a lot of the girls of Michael, and that's it. And that's about it. And once he gets a guitar, once he gets a nice, like a little bass, a little funky moment in there, honey, it's like off the wall all over again. Like you girls are just entranced.
Yeah.
And he's got like Quincy Jones is on an interlude on this album talking about his childhood or whatever, and how his mama got put in a straitjacket. I don't remember. He was going on some rant that I was like, does he know he's in a studio? Or,
was he talking about Brazilian music again?
Like, I don't know what it was like. He's got all of the makings of like, doesn't this remind you of someone? And he also does that is it a vibrato where he's like, that Michael kind of does, where it's like,
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Wow. I think that's you trying to impersonate the sound of like waves in a person's voice.
I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though.
It's so bad, but we know what you mean. So
yeah,
I hate it. We understand that that's what you're trying to say. We do.
So I think I understand why you guys feel this way. I simply disagree. I do.
Why would you? Why do you disagree?
Because it doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't remind me of anything Michael Jackson-esque besides the fact that the tone of his voice is kind of similar to the tone of Michael Jackson's voice. And the way that he sings sort of is like Michael Jackson. Like Thriller. When you say to me that this is some Thriller shit, and Timbaland is a musician. He plays multiple instruments. He produces music. He's done so since I was a little kid.
Right.
So I'm sure that when he listens to music, he listens with a completely different set of ears. Right. And so fine. But when I think Thriller, I think no skips. I think a like completely different vibe.
I feel you.
Of music, a different like intent. A different sort of like soul than this. I think that this is definitely like a fully realized, intentional, like I said, conceptual, solid body of music. I think if you like The Weeknd, you're probably going to love this. And there are songs on it that I like.
Right.
It is like, I think he's making music that I enjoy more now in this part of his career than earlier.
Right.
But again, as far as the Michael Jackson, I just don't hear it. It doesn't bother me as much as it did initially.
Right.
Because it used to annoy the fuck out of me. But like Michael Jackson, girl, I think I get that he sounds a little bit like him to people, but his music, like the whole thing that he's doing,
like, stop doing
plus,
this. Right.
And I'm not even talking about what we're getting when he's on stage.
Yeah. You're not even talking about that.
But then again, I guess the girls are just talking about the music in this conversation.
I mean, but even if you're talking about the music, I have not heard The Weeknd's new album, so forgive me. But
it's really not bad.
I mean, I'm sure it's not, but I'm also equally sure that the first track was not on Wanna Be Starting Something kind of range. I also know that, like, The Weeknd can be good. He can be talented. You know, he can provide the cocaine music that all the girls enjoy. He can take the white girls skiing every weekend. And yet, when it comes to the actual musicality of it, perhaps just because I'm an old bitch, I'm like a real millennial, but like, I simply refuse to believe that The Weeknd is on Michael Jackson's level as far as overall musical output.
Like a body of music?
Right. Exactly. Like
Thriller specifically,
like, girl,
too?
Thriller and Off the Wall by themselves. Like, you could stop right there and there would be nothing else to talk about.
I don't know, bro.
There would be nothing else to talk about. They do. The young people get very excited. Right. And they get excited about...
But Timbaland ain't the young people.
But they do this because Michael Jackson died when they were like 7. So they don't really get it. Or even earlier than that. But like...
I'm talking about grown people saying this. I understand.
So you mean like people who's...
Yes.
People past 25.
I understand the people who are like 17, 24, who are like, no, he is the Michael Jackson of our generation.
No,
like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, because you don't know no better.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
But like people that are my age and older who are saying it, I get a little bit more confused. No, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make, no, I'm going to attribute that to cocaine.
Because again, like I think if you listen to this album, I think you will find songs on this album that you will like.
I think so
because
too.
It does have records on here that fit the mold and the vibe of what we grew up on.
Yeah.
And, the intent is there. The direction is definitely there, but it feels like less forced or contrived as, let's say, a Bruno Mars or a...
No, don't do that, because I love Bruno.
22 Temptations. Speaking of which, I was wondering the other day, how did the aunties feel about that other song? This bitch got me paying the rent and driving the house and calling the house.
So most of the aunties did not appreciate being called bitch. They still don't like that. Yeah, it was definitely
it was very aggressively done too.
It was the younger girls who preferred that. The aunties were like, I don't need bitch in my R&B. That's for rap. R&B is for baby, ooh, baby. You know, they ain't trying to hear that bullshit. You know, they're trying to be disrespected. They trying to be
if you're going to make their music.
Right. And like, these women have been holding down the household and the family for decades.
Right.
So they're not trying to hear that bullshit. They not trying to hear that bullshit. You know, they don't know bitches. They fucking breadwinners.
Brent Faiyaz ass.
Right. So leave them out of that bullshit. But I think overall, when Sexual Chocolate or whatever they're called, when they go on tour, I think they will still sell out. You know, once COVID is a little bit safe because Auntie's not trying to do too much, but I think they'll be just fine in the end. And as far as The Weeknd is concerned, I did not listen to that album, like I said, but again, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure there are songs I would like, but I'm a grown-ass woman born in 1982, and so I remember Michael Jackson. And so I won't ever be fully on board like some of these other girls will. And that's fine.
Check out Out of Time. I think that's the one that I liked.
Out of Time? Okay.
I might listen to that one again.
Okay.
I want to find somebody on Twitter gave me a name for that group that really knocked my socks off.
Silk Sonic, that's what it's called.
So, the Sailor Goon.
Oh, not
on
Sailor
December 26th. Thank you for this tweet.
That's Sailor Goon.
Mama called them Silk Press and the Sonics.
That's right. Silk Press and the Sonics. She knew.
I was like, that's beautiful. That is perfect. I'm never going to call them anything else. All right. So what else do we have here?
Oh, yeah. What else is going on?
The Weeknd also fueled the rumors of him dating Angelina Jolie on one of the songs where he talks about dating a movie star. Okay, next. So Chris Brown apparently has... No, you were doing so well. You were doing so well.
Link, you're such a good baby, Link.
All right, let's see how long. All right, I'm going to put you down.
It won't be too long. It will not. It will not be too long.
Look over here. Look over here. Remember what I said.
She don't give a fuck, boy.
Remember what I said.
As soon as she is loose, she gonna be like, fuck you and your rules.
Now, apparently Christopher Brown has welcomed his third child into the planet.
Wow.
I think we talked last year about a rumor that he had knocked up a new pretty model girl that looks like his last 2 to 3 girlfriends.
Yes, we did.
She goes by the name of Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond.
Oh,
and
wow.
She just had a baby girl, 6 pounds and 9 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby's name is Lovely Symphony Brown. She was born on the 7th. Oh, just born. Oh, yeah. just born.
Like literally 3-4 days ago.
Yeah. 7th January. And her mommy posted a photo of like the little cardboard cutout, whatever this shit is they give you when they put like the baby information on
right. Whatever that shit is they give you or you order off of Etsy. Because literally every mama I know does these things. So because I see them all the time, but I don't know. I don't know what it is specifically or how it works. Like you order this yourself. Yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. You get the thing and then you fill it up. You put it when okay.
And then they do different ones for the baby's birthday where they can erase it and or like first day of school or whatever. But yes, Lovely Symphony Brown is here.
You know what I think is cute?
Okay.
The like mat.
Oh yes, that you lay them on.
Yes. You lay them on, and it has like the little like milestones or whatever,
right?
Little months or whatever,
with their little favorite stuffed animal or whatever next to it, so you see how big they get cute. Next to like their little raccoon or whatever it is. You know, whatever your child, and you know, if you're not the type to put a heart over your baby's face, as obviously Diamond was gonna do, because y'all wasn't gonna play her, but
girl, sweetie, I in this moment in my skin realized the baby's in the picture. I thought this was a stuffed animal. I didn't realize, like, I honestly don't, like,
no, this is the child.
I didn't really, for some reason, I guess because, Jesus Christ.
I cannot with you. Because her face was covered up. You thought she was like
my
a bear?
eyes didn't register the emoji for some reason. They didn't. And I knew that, like, because Diamond's mom.
Wow.
Her mom, Diamond, the mom's mom,
correct,
posted something saying that the mom and her father didn't want to show the baby's face due to privacy concerns. And then there was another photo of the baby with a different heart emoji over it, but this was bright pink. So I was like, right. But for some reason I was like, oh, and the little thing comes with like a cute stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Bitch, it wasn't until you just said this that I was like, oh, that's literally the fucking baby.
Okay,
and she put an emoji over the baby.
I really thought you knew that.
God damn, I'm stupid. Okay,
no, you're not. But it honestly, when I think about it, especially if this baby is Chris's, it makes sense. Or even if she just wants to capitalize off the rumors and the drama around it. It makes sense.
I think she has the same last name.
She does. I mean, her name. I mean, Diamond Brown. I don't know if that's her legal name, but if so, then yeah, it's all the same names. But you know, people have linked the two of them. Right. People have linked them together. So we're just gonna see what happens. But Yeah.
People also pointed out that Chris's nonprofit.
Don't do this.
No, he literally apparently has a nonprofit that's called Symphonic Love.
Leave me alone.
No, he does. And the baby name is Lovely Symphony. So
Symphonic Love?
Symphonic Love supports and creates arts programs for youth while encouraging everyday public service respectness and kindness. And it was founded by Christopher Brown way back in like 2010, 11, 12 sometime.
Okay. I mean...
So that's another thing that people are like, oh, it's his baby. It's like, girl, either way, what are we supposed to do about it?
Right. Weren't they linked together way before this? Well, like, weren't we talking about this last year that this girl might be pregnant by him?
No, we talked about her, getting ready to have a baby. That's why I'm like, apparently his.
Right.
So we know that this is...
Who cares?
But it's like...
Exactly.
The speculation, like the deep dive into like, oh, and the organization is called this. And it is also like, first of all, is it a long shot that Chris Brown is out here having babies?
Nope.
No, so we don't even have to like do all of this fucking. We don't have to play Clue. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like,
we all know what this is. Exactly.
He also doesn't seem like a shit father, so I'm not really worried about it. You know, God bless her. But, I mean, God bless it, you know, whatever. I know that, Chris apparently has a new single or new album coming out soon. And so just because I'm petty.
Yep. Okay.
I'm interested in seeing if like he's going to drag the Browns or the Moonwalks or what are they? Are they called the
Not
Breezies?
The Moonwalks. No, they're not the, what, Chris's fans?
Are they called? Because the album he's coming out with is called Breezy. But isn't that the name of his fans too?
I thought that was just his nickname. Like, you know.
Sean, I don't.
I'm Chris Breezy.
I think that literally there's an age where all just happens. It's not like a fade. It's not like a slow transition. It's like a light switch.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The stands are called Team Breezy, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, Team Breezy.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if it was for them, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he went ahead and claimed Lil Lovely Symphony on this new album either, because that seems like a very Chris thing to do. But, you know, good luck.
Yeah, he doesn't seem... I'm sure he gets everybody swabbed up and signed up, and then he's like, that's what it seems like it's giving.
Exactly.
So I'm sure that Lovely will be lovely. But I am interested because he has another baby. If he's gonna go back to dragging them, you know, he's had moments before where he's dragged his fans,
Correct.
After his album comes out, if it doesn't sell the way he wants it to.
Yep, he does do that.
It's always so funny.
Listen, and the fact that like his first daughter's name is Royalty and this baby's name is never mind. I just feel like we'll get an acknowledgement from Chris before we get anything else. But Royalty and Lovely, it just seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Like these are definitely his kids and it's just a matter of time before we get the confirmation.
I'm great either way.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
congratulations to everybody.
Karrueche is reigniting rumors that she is in a romantic entanglement with one Quavo of the Migos trio.
Not Sweetie's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, Sweetie's ex-boyfriend and Victor Cruz's ex-girlfriend. You know, they're both single as of last year.
Oh, yay.
And so, Eagle Eyes, well, you didn't really need to be eagle-eyed, honestly. Niggas were on vacation together in St. Martin for the new year.
Oh, my God, please.
And it was all over the shade room and shit like that. And so the girls were like, oh, Karrueche and Quavo together again because, you know, they were allegedly dating back in the 2017. You might remember a Nicki Minaj line where she said, somebody go see if Karrueche okay though. Heard she think I'm trying to get a coochie to Quavo. Barb's, kiss my ass. I did the best I could.
I mean, I don't remember that line either, so.
Yeah, it's on one of those songs.
But, you know, that's up to Nicki if she really did do that.
And so, Karrueche may be out here dating Sweetie's ex now that she's no longer with Victor Cruz and they're both single. Or maybe they just decided to go on vacation together and have a good time. All I would say, Karrueche, a wise vegan once said,
"Oh Lord, don't do this.
That bitch your ass for a reason, no reason, no.
Oh my God.
So I would say just, keep that in mind. Keep your heart, 3 stacks.
Keep your heart. Yes.
Yeah.
Play your part. And play your part, because vacationing with Quavo just don't seem like a good idea to me personally. Especially after the shit we saw with him and Saweetie. That elevator video was very disturbing. So I'm just like,
I forgot about
remember that. Wasn't that terrible? That video of him weird. Like dragging her and her being like, oh, well, regardless, I left that nigga and it is what it is. But I never got over how creepy that was. And, I get that for a girl like Karrueche, the dating pool is probably pretty small, but I don't know. I just feel like at the end of the day, every girl deserves a nigga better than that. But, maybe Quavo is not the nigga I thought he was. I don't know. I mean, that's very possible. I just, I want better for the girls than what I've seen them historically get. And that includes Saweetie, that includes Karrueche, that includes Summer Walker, that includes pretty much all the girls.
Amen.
So, yeah. Sierra's prayer. Y'all need Molly's prayer. Y'all need Torian's prayer. Y'all need...
Oh my God, we haven't talked about the fucking finale. Prayer.
Oh shit, we haven't, because that was like the day after Christmas. Later. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, best of luck to Karrueche, whatever she decides to do. And niggas, niggas are there.
On the other side of the dating room, are dating rumors. Carisha was spotted in a new photograph with one puffy, Sean Combs. They apparently also spent the New Year's Eve together in Miami.
Of course.
And were glammed up on the gram.
Of course.
And we've discussed them as well, and rumors of them dating possibly as well. And nothing new. I mean, it was quiet for this little pairing for a while, but here they are again. And I will say, as far as these photographs are concerned, Carisha looks fucking...
She does.
Stunning.
She does.
Like, bitch.
Incredible.
The curvature.
Yep.
The them hair, thighs, the makeup,
all
the
of it.
Gown,
Yep, all of it. She looks amazing. She
looks so good. As far as Puffy looks nice too. As far as this, he always looks nice.
Yeah.
As far as this coupling goes, I mean, sure, Young Miami's still a couple of years shy of 30. Puffy's 52.
52, but yep. Yeah, he's 52 and she's 27, which is why I'm like, ugh, no, gross.
I don't even believe that they're doing anything. I wouldn't be shocked if they've never kissed on the mouth. To be honest with you, I feel like they're a vibe. I hope
they just take pictures. Yeah, I hope they.
I think that they're a vibe.
Together.
Like they and I don't know, they could be smashing, and if they are, that's not against the law. Like good for
it's gross, but it's not against the law. Correct.
But I feel like at best, or at most, she is getting like puffy tier gifts and the ability to stunt on pretty much every other nigga she's ever dated or known.
Amen.
Because it's Puffy.
Right.
And then he has someone to like you know, help keep him awake in the club or at the after hours.
Yep.
And get him to finally finish Power.
Somebody to remind him
be abreast of like young shit. Yeah.
Somebody that keeps track of his pill pack. He got one of them daily pill packs. And so every day his assistant is like, all right, Mr. Combs, you got these pills you got to take before noon, and then you got another 4 you got to take afternoon. So it's time. We got to have you some breakfast, Mr. Combs, so we can get you your first round of the meds for the day. I just feel like that's definitely something that he's going through.
He's probably used to people who are just like, no, you don't need another shot. You don't need to have any.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
nothing
young
else.
Miami is like, you know what I mean? Like 17 shots deep.
As she should.
It's like, we're going to keep going. And that's just, sometimes that's the energy that you need and you want after working forever long.
I mean,
and, taking everybody's money.
I'm trying to be as gracious as possible because they're both grown. So I'm trying to leave it at that. Right. However, one of them is 27 and the other one is 52. So I'm trying to be as nice as possible while not being like, wow, that's disgusting because you're old enough to be her father. So, like, you doing all of this, sir, I just feel like at the bare minimum, you should be buying this girl's dresses. You should pay for her makeup, her liquor, her weed.
Maybe he bought that dress.
Right. I'm sure he did. And I mean, so like, I hope that it's a situation where he pays for these photo shoots or whatever else and she gets whatever she needs and she's not doing anything she doesn't feel comfortable with, because otherwise, like, this is a young girl and you're an old man.
Truly believe that they just have fun and go shopping.
I hope so. I really hope
and
so.
Like,
amen.
Grind to reggae music.
Amen.
Like, I think that they're just a vibe and I totally respect that. I hope.
That's what Summer Walker said she would do with her baby daddy if she could do it all over again. And I felt that. She said, I mean, me too. But
she already got the new nigga tatted.
And that's too much. That's
on her face. Like, baby girl. But like I said, I feel like the girls today are just like, well, I'll cover it up.
I mean, and that's your business, but it's just like, girl, you just had this other baby, so what are we doing? But anyway, best of luck to everybody.
So Jason Derulo, let's talk about it, because he is sick of your goddamn shit, and what he's not going to do is deal with any of your motherfucking jokes, shade, or your fucking peasantry.
And you won't disrespect him.
So apparently the doll baby was in Vegas at some hotel, and as he was walking out with security in tow, he was being heckled by 2 men off to the side. At one point, one of them yelled, "Hey, Usher, fuck you, bitch." And that just really got Jason's gears to grinding. And he just steamrolled this young man and got to swinging and swailing. And
I'm that man.
So hard that his mask came off at some point, child. And then he went over there and started minking on the boy's friend. It was just like
not minking
a lot. And so, from what I gather and from what I've read, apparently on the way into this place, Jason had some not so nice words with this group. One of these men got slapped, and that is what led to the incident that we caught on camera.
Correct.
Now, until I hear and I will say this proudly, I am not a Jason Derulo fan. I think he's a giant cornball. I've never really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want to hear his side of the story, because y'all motherfuckers be trying to, you see somebody that you recognize from, social media or from the internet or whatever, and y'all like to play games and agitate them, and you feel like you have the upper hand because you can always take it to TMZ or take it to court or whatever.
Yep.
And you feel like some people are not going to do whatever. And yes, ideally, the thing to do would be to walk away from the bullshit. Listen, everybody is in a pobrecito right now. All of us are living through it. You don't know when somebody's not in the mood. So, bitch, Jason said, don't think just because I'm on TikTok making cinnamon toast crunch empanadas that I will not tick your talk, bitch. Okay? I may have a haircut, the haircut of a toddler from the barbershop hairstyle guide, but I will piece your ass up in here tonight, bitch.
Amen.
If you keep playing with me.
Amen.
So.
And that is what happened. And honestly, I felt the same way. I was like, you know, considering how many jokes niggas make about Jason Derulo,
many.
The fact that it took till now for him to be somebody's ass, let me know that y'all was egregious. Y'all was egregious. Y'all crossed the goddamn line. Because Jason Derulo has put up with a lot, okay? That nigga wore a Bugs Bunny bedazzled fucking hoodie and didn't be nobody's ass.
I mean, deserved shade. Yes, you were correct.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So for him to wait this long and finally do it lets me know that y'all did too much.
Tired.
Right. And he simply got fed up. I'm not saying it's right, but I am saying I understand. Because again, that nigga waited a while to finally start beating y'all's asses. So.
This is true.
And I know how y'all are with people that you feel like you know via the internet or whatever. I know how overly familiar y'all get.
Over.
Right. And, you know, probably calling him Usher that day just pushed that nigga over the edge. Like, how dare you? That nigga don't have fake Usher bucks raining down at his fucking show in Vegas. Like, how dare you?
I'm sorry, though. Hey, Usher, fuck you, bitch. Sickening. Like, and I'm not on your side. I'm not on your side. I'm not on your side. Like, you but had it coming.
Yeah. But you called it sickening. See,
as an insult.
No, sickening
you know what I mean?
Not an insult.
Because that's funny. That's funny.
What an N-word.
Think about it.
I am.
Think about it.
I'm thinking about it. So, for you to be like,
if this was like a comedy written by fucking Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish or whatever, and they said that, you would probably laugh at that line, but you would still celebrate the person getting beat up. Okay. Because it's funny, but that person's still an asshole, and who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
You get it? Like, am I?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Medea.
Because God, that shit was like, hey, Usher, fuck you, bitch. Like, you know that. And then TMZ dumbass, they're so late, bitch. Talk about some Jason Derulo attacks him, man, over being mistaken for Usher or whatever they said, and then changed it to allegedly. Girl, you know that they knew that nigga was not Usher. They knew that nigga was not Usher.
Because they don't
That's
even
why
look
he came across there.
They don't even look alike.
Exactly.
Y'all played too much.
Bitch.
Niggas did what they did, but you know, in
that
the
man was tired that day.
Yeah, he had too much of y'all shit, and honestly, I'm not mad at that. I do get that. I feel for the brother, but I get it. Being fed up with niggas talking to you crazy. I fully understand.
Everyone has a breaking point.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you part of the fucking problem. You part of the fucking problem. Wow.
I love doing this with you. Okay, so
you're in so much trouble. No, you're in so much trouble.
Jason Derulo's going to kick my ass.
He is.
If I ever see him in the street.
It's your fault. I won't be able to stop him.
Let me say something. Jason, we can go for it because I'm not one of
He's going to be like, I literally don't care about that Carrie Hilson song. I'm going to whoop your ass regardless.
The niggas that he pieced up apparently are not pressing charges as of right now, which also lets me know that y'all tried.
Yeah, y'all tried it. Y'all tried it.
So...
Oh, God. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, man.
What's next?
Not the day.
My
Last
bad.
but not least.
Okay.
Tristan, third trimester Thompson. Living legend. Consummate icon.
What a wreck.
final boss with the most predictable moveset imaginable.
Oh, God. How bad has this been? Wow.
I think that we also maybe touched briefly on Tristan third trimester and his latest baby mama affair.
Correct.
And how he allegedly, well, not so allegedly anymore because he confirmed it, but how he and this fitness model woman, Marley Nichols, were getting busy for a couple of months. And this led to a baby that he was denying,
of course,
passionately at first. Fast forward to the today of things, where Tristan has given us an IGPR. It's an Instagram press release.
Thank you.
And it says here on his story,
most ghetto.
Today, paternity test results revealed that I fathered a child with Marley Nichols. I take full responsibility for my actions. Now that paternity has been established, I look forward to amicably raising our son. I sincerely apologize to everyone I've hurt or disappointed throughout this ordeal, both publicly and privately. Page 2.
Girl.
Chloe. Does Chloe put an accent in the E in her name?
Oh, I don't know.
Wouldn't that be whatever?
Chloe.
Chloe, right. Isn't that how that works?
I mean, probably, but I don't. The white people don't.
You know what? He probably doesn't even know how to spell.
White people don't know what they're doing. Literally, white people do not know what they're doing. They do whatever the fuck they want to.
He probably has to remind himself it's not spelled with a fucking C. Chloe, you don't deserve this, he continued. I disagree. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this heartache and humiliation I have caused you. Again, I'm going to disagree.
Yep.
You don't deserve the way I have treated you over the years. My actions certainly have not lined up with the way I view you.
Lord help me. Are you sure?
Your continued actions over and over.
Right. The ones you've kept doing.
Your annual action. I have the utmost respect and love for you.
Girl. Leave me out of it. Leave me
Regardless of what you may think. Again, I am so incredibly sorry.
Oh, wow.
Page 3. Please tell OJ not to call my house. No, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't.
So,
it does not say that.
I just brought this up to say to Tristan, wow, man. Whatever you're doing, keep at it. I'm standing, to be honest with you.
You love the way he's embarrassing that Kardashian girl?
Because, you know, the recipe is usually to chew them up and spit them out.
Yeah, that's true.
Ask the other one over there buying houses across the street from his motherfucking ex, having a full-on meltdown.
That nigga's weird.
I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But
he's weird.
This one's out here like, let me tell you something about the niggerdom ingrained in my bloodstream.
Correct. Correct.
I'm an omega level nigga. There's no defeating me, honey.
Yeah.
You're going to need all the infinity stones
to
snap away this nigginess.
And he made it clear a long time ago that he was never going to be faithful to this girl. He made it clear even before the Jordan Woods thing, before black people had to get involved because we really didn't care until you tried to drag Jordan and call her a homework or whatever else. And Jada had to put her on Red Table Talk. Like, literally, niggas did not care before then. But,
that was sick, man.
You were so mad and so pressed behind this nigga, even though you like 7 or 8 years older than him. You were so obsessed. You had just came out of or maybe you had just gotten over your marriage to a nigga who was literally addicted to crack cocaine. Like, Khloe Kardashian brought all her bullshit. Right. Who, again, the fact that this old clip of Khloe calling herself like a nigger lover or being like, oh, people called me a nigger lover and what does it matter?
I only love black cock.
I only love black cock. Like, first of all, the fact that you call it cock, it tells me everything I need to know. But
And the fact that you reduce, but you know what? Niggas know that about these bitches.
They do. And they love it. Anyway. Right. And they love it. And they still procreate with these hoes and whatever else because they're white women. And don't let them be rich white women on top of that because that's even more capital. That's like more financial capital on top of the social capital. So niggas really don't give a fuck. However, I was never going to feel any empathy for this bitch, especially when she tried to throw a young black girl under the bus for her nigga being a hoe. And so the fact that he went ahead and had another baby on this bitch, honestly, I laughed because I did not know she was still with him. Because why would you still be with a nigga who has disrespected you this many times? And I thought, oh, girl, it's because she took this nigga or she was fucking with this nigga while he was in a relationship with somebody else. And so this is all she knows. Like, she literally did this with this nigga when he was like fucking with Trina or somebody else. And he had been fucking, I don't even know. He had been fucking with Taraji, I think, before he got with Chloe at all. And all of y'all, all the Kardashian hoes have fucked some nigga who was in a relationship with somebody else or just had a baby with somebody else. And now all of them are mad. Yeah. Right. And now all of them are mad that you dare do the same thing to them that they have done to somebody else. Like, girl, fuck you, your whole goddamn family and the whole situation. I'm literally just here to laugh. Not at your baby because she don't deserve it. She's just some poor mixed child out here floating around in the world, but she has a white mother, so sorry to her. And then she has Tristan Thompson as a daddy, so like triple sorry to that little girl. But to you, no, your grown ass can take every last bit of the criticism, the shame, and everything else. Take it and learn from it and do something different with your fucking life. Maybe let that nigga go instead of continuing to blame a young black girl for your man deciding to cheat on your big grown ass in the first place. Maybe do that.
I just don't understand why I don't understand no, I'm just gonna skip over to Tristan. What is this apology for you, nigga? You don't give a goddamn about none of this. What are you, nigga?
Not at all.
What are you doing?
He don't give a fuck about cheating on that girl, and we all know it. It's like, sir, are you doing this for her?
Is your soul in a vial somewhere, or
he's doing this for her, so she won't revoke his payments. Yep.
Every time he embarrasses her, I feel like an angel passes a blunt.
Yeah,
it makes me happy.
Yep.
So
literally,
no, she's on this side, America.
And True can have 4, 5, 6 half siblings, and I won't give one hot nut fuck.
Bother me none,
because it's what you deserve. And that's simply that. Oh, I only love black cock. Maybe ask yourself why that is true. And don't come and talk to me until you figured it out. Fuck you, girl. And your whole goddamn family. Oh, I can't stand that bitch. So, you got what you deserve.
That's it for the Hot Tops this week.
Amen.
We are going to go ahead and take a break, and we will come back to you with your letters.
Hey, y'all, are you ready to establish your online presence, but you don't really know where to start? Look no further than Squarespace. Squarespace empowers the dreamers, makers, and doers of the world by providing the tools they need to bring their creative ideas to life. On Squarespace's dynamic all-in-one platform, you can build a site, claim a domain, sell online, and market your brand. Squarespace's products combine cutting-edge design and world-class engineering, making it easier than ever to establish your online presence. And if you're a little bit intimidated about starting your own site or putting your ideas out into the world, don't worry about it, because Squarespace's templates take out all the guesswork and make it seamless. Once you're out there, you can use Squarespace's analytics to gain powerful insights about your site. And if you ever have any questions at all, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. I use Squarespace. Kefir uses Squarespace. We use it for our website itself. And I love it because it is so easy. You can set up a full service website in 30 minutes or less if that's what you need. So it's your time to turn your dreams into reality. Go ahead and get started with Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com/read to begin your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your website, use offer code READ, that's READ, to save 10% off your first purchase. of a website or domain. Again, that is squarespace.com/read. Offer code READ. Let them know Kid Fury and Crystal sent you, and let's get back to the show.
We are back, folks, and it is time to read your listener letters.
Yes, it is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We got so many good ones over the break that I'm just gonna dive right in with one from Coco, who says, "Hey y'all, here's my problem. My sister do not cook as good as she thinks she do, and nobody wants to tell her." Coco says, "Hey y'all, my sister has always had a natural talent in the kitchen. When our mama was working long hours, it was my sister who made sure that dinner got on the table. I was doing my homework while this bitch was cooking, and she loved it. She had a gift. And over the years, she has been consistently praised for her culinary abilities. And for a long time, this praise was justified. Everything that this bitch made, quite frankly, slapped. And she never missed. She has such a natural talent that I'm sure that over time she has come to take her skills for granted. Unfortunately, the quality of my sister's meals has been slowly deteriorating over the past few years. These days, her food is too salty, it's overcooked, it's soggy, and to be honest, it's boring. She insisted on doing the entire Thanksgiving menu by herself, and even though I offered to help, she declined and said she had it. Well, y'all, I'm here to tell you that she did not have it. The meat was flavorless, the stuffing was mushy, the greens and the macaroni was just blah. She isn't cooking with love or attention, and it shows. What she put on the table was just a little bit past basic. Very little of it was good, and none of it was great. This has been playing out over and over with each family gathering, but I don't know how to handle it. My sister routinely tries to bogart the holiday menus, and so much of her identity and self-validation are wrapped up in what she does in the kitchen. Telling her that she isn't throwing down anymore will only make her angry and or hurt. Plus, I'm afraid that saying something will leave us with a cook who is very angry and still insists on making everything by herself for a family that don't want it. She has never been good at hearing or taking valid criticism. My sister and I have had a rough relationship over the years. There's been jealousy, rivalries, and all kinds of issues between us since we were kids. For the first time ever, we are finally getting along, and I don't want to fuck that up for everybody's sake, hers, mine, and the whole family's. But at the same time, I feel like I'm fighting for my God-given Negro right to have great macaroni and cheese. That should not be a privilege. Please help me. Let me know what to do. And Happy New Year. Thanks and big love, Coco. This is a hard one. You're over there vaping, but this is a hard one. This is a hard one. You're vaping, but this is a hard one.
Why do you have to tell on me every time?
Because you tell on me every time. Are you kidding?
It's okay.
You do. Yeah, correct.
Well, so,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is so great.
It is.
Man, I just understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad food when you don't want to say so.
Man, there's such an emotional connection.
Yeah. Correct. To our mac and cheese especially. Because everybody don't eat mac and cheese the way Black Americans
for no
do.
Reason.
Right. It's not the same everywhere.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And even food that's not quote unquote soul food. Like,
correct.
People, it means a lot.
We're not trying to hear
whether
that.
You were receiving it
that's
or
right.
cooking it.
Correct.
Now, I have a couple of things that I felt like I hooked onto in this
Amen.
letter.
Great.
One, Now, I feel like it was said by Coco that the sister was cooking just fine at one point, and at some point the quality has deteriorated.
That's right.
And so I would wonder what is going on in your life, in your way of thinking, in your relationship, whatever. What is it that's making things go downward? Are you just not feeling it anymore? Are you tired? Are you overworked? And so it's just, because she said something about she's not putting like the love and care she used to into it, and it shows. Right. And it's like, okay, well then why is that? Maybe there's something that we can address from a more like human and empathetic or sympathetic way.
Look at you being a therapist.
Could and it's just natural. I'm not even trying.
Correct. It's just who you are.
And like maybe like the ripple effect of that would be that you can have better macaroni and cheese. So that's one thing I thought. That's the first thing I thought of. But the other thing that stuck out to me is like, girl, why you gotta cook every goddamn thing?
Right.
Like, girl, that's like whether you can cook or not. Bitch, but like, you don't need to cook everything for the gatherings. Like, no, I don't like it. I don't like when anybody does that. Anybody. But if you are going to do that, first of all, I feel like that's for like matriarchs and patriarchs, like I feel like that's for like that,
the great aunties, the grandmas and the granddaddies and all that. It's
absolutely.
Like the elder generation. Yep.
And I was going to ask if there was somebody in the equation here who could break this down to that. But either way, I don't understand why, aside from like, I don't like the food, right? Which is like, I'm trying to figure out ways to avoid that altogether, because there's no way to not hurt somebody's feelings. I feel like when you, I don't, this is just something you don't want to tell someone unless you're fucking Gordon Ramsay or something, Master Chef. Yeah. But, I do think that aside from the quality of the food, it's just not necessary for you to cook everything. And again, if you are overworked or tired or just not you don't have the love, care, energy to put into cooking that way anyway, then why wouldn't you want other people to take some of that off of your plate?
Right.
So maybe it's about the way that you approach conversing with her about this stuff. But I would definitely try my best to avoid saying the food is not good. Like,
and you probably should.
Yeah. Again, that is perfect for a mama, a mima, an auntie, an uncle, or somebody of a different rank in the family.
Correct.
Who can spit it exactly how it is. They can say it and it's fine.
Right.
But you saying, like you said, you and your sister didn't have a good relationship and now things are good and you don't want to spoil it, I would be I try to be sensitive about it. But I get it, bitch, when you hungry and that food is not busting and it could be, and people just being stubborn. Sometimes you don't want to be patient.
Right. Especially now with the Mac. You like, I could have been in my best friend's house.
Of all listen, girl, talk about it.
Don't play with me with that mac and cheese, bitch. Like, I literally
Why are you doing
somewhere
this?
else.
I will go, like, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have to be here.
I agree. Coco, with most of what Kid Fury said, I think this is such a precarious situation that you want to proceed carefully. And what you're saying, like, your complaints are valid. And also, your sister really might be really wrapped up in like, oh, I'm the bitch who cooks. And that's my role as the family. She might be Louisa in the family. What was that?
Madrigal.
Madrigal. Right. She might be Louisa Madrigal and feel like she has to be perfect at all times.
So sick,
She was. I was kind of in love with Louisa, but Louisa, at the same time, she could not let nobody down. And so maybe your sister feels this way. Like she has to be the best and she has to be the greatest no matter what. And so what I would do is, honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't want to hurt my sister's feelings, especially if we finally got on a good place. So I would just start bringing my own mac and cheese and let her see how many people eat mine versus hers. I just would. Next big family dinner. Nah, because next...
Bitch, no, you can't.
Next big family dinner is probably going to be Easter in April. And I would make my own mac. I would let her make hers since she'd be arguing with you about it.
So you just want to bust shots at the next fit. That's your plan.
I mean, I just feel like that's easier than being like, bitch, your mac and your ham do not be hidden the way it used to. I feel like it's easier for her to see the evidence herself right in front of her
How
face.
do you bring that in? What are you just like?
I bring it in anyway.
You know, like just,
I'm not even going to talk to you about it. Yep. I'm just literally.
For when yours runs out.
When I show up on Easter, I'm going to be like, oh, I brought some mac just in case. And we'll see whose is gone and whose is not.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. I had one auntie, a great auntie, my grandma's sister, who famously could not cook. And so throughout the year, everybody who could cook got assigned a real holiday. And do you know what my Aunt Lulu's holiday was? New Year's Day. Because nobody gave a fuck. Somebody else could bring the black eyed peas, and the rest of us just going to Aunt Lulu's house, and it don't matter. And it do not matter if the food is good because it's not Christmas or Thanksgiving or Easter, so niggas don't care.
But that's the thing.
Correct.
That's why it's so funny because
that's right. Because Aunt Lulu got New Year's.
There's
that's right.
There are certain holidays where there is a food expectation.
Correct.
You know, like you already know.
That's right.
When it comes to Thanksgiving,
that's right.
When it comes to Christmas, when it comes to Easter,
correct.
We are eating.
That's right.
We are eating.
We're eating.
Okay? And so, like...
New Year's is just like, we're not
playing
just
on those
house.
days.
Right.
Right. But on like something like a New Year's Day.
Because you know what's going to be good? Aunt Lulu's house on New Year's Day, everybody else's food.
Oof.
And Aunt Lulu knew she couldn't cook. It was a good house to come over, smoke weed in the yard, whatever else.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I miss my Aunt Lulu dearly, but she was not the cook in the family. My grandma, Mima, and my Aunt Emma, they was the cooks. All my aunties, my mama, even my uncles be barbecuing the fuck out of everything. Even my vegetarian uncle be like, I got some hazelnuts and you niggas better love it. But like... Aunt Lulu was never a cook, and so she got New Year's. And we went over to Aunt Lulu's for New Year's, and you better have some liquor because you already know what's up.
Yeah.
So I would just say bring something anyway and let your sister see the difference in how it gets eaten up. And if that helps, then great, you won't have to say it. But ultimately, if it doesn't, I know you don't want to say anything because you don't want to hurt your sister's feelings, but like, y'all niggas want some decent mac. Y'all want some decent meat. Y'all want some decent dressing, some decent greens. Like, all of that is very real. So if I were you and me and my sister just got in good place, I would say something.
Was mushy?
Yeah, she said the dressing was mushy, the greens was blah, the mac was blah, the meat didn't have no flavor, which means you ain't putting no salt on that bitch. It means you didn't put no salt on that bitch and you just didn't give a fuck. And so I would talk to my sister. If I didn't want to embarrass her, which I get the feeling you don't want to do, I would talk to her privately about it first and be like, sis, I just need to let you know, like, I know you had a very natural talent when we were younger, but, you know, things are not the same anymore. And it just is what it is. I'm going to bring my own mac. I'm going to bring a honey baked ham if things continue the way they are, because your sister has value beyond her ability to cook. Again, just like Louisa in the Family Madrigal, you have ability beyond what was assigned to you. And you don't have
I
to
love that you made it an Encanto comparison.
I mean,
her name was Coco.
I've watched Encanto, right? Oh my God, you're right. Her name was Coco. But I've watched Encanto 4 times, so it's very heavy on my brain right now.
I really liked it.
I loved it. I felt like I was an equal mix between Louisa and Maribel. But yeah, I would say something to her and then also be like, however, we as niggas are gonna eat. And so if you don't want to change things, I will be bringing my own so that we as niggas can eat. But you're my sister and I love you. So I just want to let you know that we've noticed that something has changed. Maybe she's busier with work. Maybe she has more kids. Like, it could be a million different things going on. But I would say something to her because I love her. She's my sister and I don't want to piss her off. At the same time, I'm going to eat because bitch, it's Thanksgiving and that's the whole goddamn point. The whole point of Thanksgiving for Black Americans is to eat. Okay? That is the whole purpose. We do not give one fuck about the holiday outside of eating. We do not.
White or blue, goddamn.
We do not. We do not.
But supper. We don't give a fuck about so don't come up in here with your motherfucking bullshit.
Exactly.
And that's just that.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like you could honestly just be like, start from the fact that, girl, why are you cooking everything? Who even does that?
And let somebody else help you.
That?
Right.
Let somebody else help you. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I know, like, in our family, like, we have members of the family that cook like a lot of the food or maybe most of the food, but don't nobody cook everything. Do you know how many people in my family bring food to the fucking house?
Not everything.
And everyone usually brings their best. Like X, Y, and Z cooks this the best. They're gonna bring this. Da 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 da. So I don't understand. I feel like it could start from, let's do something where you're not the only one bringing something. Take some of the pressure off you, some of the work off of you.
Amen.
And then she will have no choice but to see the difference in reaction to food when somebody else brings some fucking macaroni and cheese for once. But either way, it's either that or you just bum rushing the fucking shit on some
thinking you mean.
Well, here's my own shit. Right. Either way, we're in for a good time. And hopefully better food. But no, don't be fucking up people. Like, you know how many things we have to look forward to? Not many.
Not many, bitch. Like 4 grand total. So please leave us alone and let us have this.
Let us have that.
Right.
A plate? Please. My goodness, don't do that.
Yes. Best of luck to you, sister. Let us know how it goes. Our next letter comes from someone who said, "Call me sissy." She's not
like Houston, or like
sissy, like she's a girl, like sister, like I'm your sissy.
Like what
I know you was finna ask, right? That's why I told you. But Sissy says, "I'm 28. My brother is 32, and we've always been close until the last few months. He and his fiance got engaged in September after being together for 10 years." And my brother has decided that none of our family or her family is invited to their destination wedding in May.
Cool.
The wedding. Sorry, so you didn't even hear all of it.
Go ahead. I'll get to that.
Only their friends are invited to their wedding. And
wow.
And I only found out because my mother told me a month ago, but the rest of my family still doesn't know. Even though I talk to my brother every week, he has never said anything to me about it. I was extremely pissed when my mother told me, and I decided to remove him and his fiance from my wedding.
Oh, well, they know now.
I sent them both a letter telling them exactly how I felt and that they couldn't be in my wedding anymore. And now my family is mad at me because they think I made the situation worse. However, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit because I didn't cause the issue to begin with. My question is, am I in the wrong for removing them from my wedding? And is it my job to fix the relationship with my brother? I don't even want to argue with him because honestly, I feel like I'm too old to be doing that shit. And I don't need no charges. LOL. That's what I said.
You're too old to be doing that shit, but you're not too old to remove it for the wedding. Then sending him a strongly worded letter about why you're pissed.
Thanks, sissy.
Because girl,
that's what she said. I'm so glad you got there because that's what she said.
I'm like, what? That to me was, first of all, I'm gonna just say this. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you disinvite me from a destination wedding, thank you.
You're gonna be so happy you don't have to find your passport,
bitch,
and pack all that shit up.
You couldn't do me a greater fucking favor. Bitch, I don't want to go.
Now I'm gonna make sure to invite you to my destination wedding. I'm gonna make sure that you're like,
okay.
I'm gonna make sure you're like the officiant who marries us so that you go. Even though you hate it, I'm gonna make sure.
Who the fuck wants to fly to fuck
That's
backwards
right.
wherever?
That's right.
Like, you've been with this person for 10 years and now you want to get away? God damn. So anyway, I don't think that you're wrong for removing your brother from your wedding. Like, wow. I don't, because if he didn't want to have you in his wedding, it was for a reason, and you don't want to have him in your wedding for a reason. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think what was silly was you going about it like being, you can't come to my wedding anymore because like writing him a letter and unfollowing them or whatever. like I wouldn't have done all that. But if I found out that I wasn't inviting I'm your sibling, right, and I can't come to your wedding, and you're not even telling me. We talk all of the time. Mm-hmm. You're not telling me anything. I'm finding out because of our mom.
Right.
And so I can't come to the wedding, but your friends can.
Right.
That I imagine, like, because of how you feel or your reaction to it, it sounds like your feelings are hurt because you have a closer relationship than you would expect of that. But, so for that reason, I don't think it's wrong of you to say, well, you know what? I don't want you to come to my wedding either because it's your fucking wedding. And the same way that he absolutely has the right to have whoever the fuck he wants to come to his wedding, you do too. But like whoever your mom or whoever said that you made it worse, like they were probably right. And while I get I get the desire to have him know you're upset, but simply disinviting him from the wedding is, I think, enough to be like, oh, well, she probably feels the way.
Him and his fiance.
The both of them.
Both of y'all.
So, I mean, I guess that's how I feel about it. Shit, this was very funny.
Hey, man, I wouldn't say you're wrong for taking them out of your wedding unless you did it in a reactionary way. Like, you need to be sure that you really meant it and not that you were just caught up in the moment and didn't really want either of them there. If I were you, considering you and your brother talk every week, I would have just said something to my brother. And I know how y'all feel about this. Y'all be feeling like, no, a nigga did me wrong. I don't need to say nothing because you should understand that you did me wrong. But people don't always understand the way we interpret things. And so if this is somebody who is really important to my life, somebody who I really value, I will say something to you about it. And I may be completely prepared for you to blow off my feelings or whatever else, and I can handle that. But I'm going to say something for my own sake, for my own mental health, just so I know that I try with you and maybe it didn't work, but I tried. So, this is your brother. You say y'all talk every week. Maybe your brother just didn't want your mama or your aunties there. And so he was just like, okay, you know what? Nobody's family. just so, or maybe it was her family. Like, maybe it was a situation where they didn't want somebody there so bad that they was just like, no family, only friends. I don't know. That's not very likely. But the point is that I would not have just let this go without saying something to somebody I claim to be close to. Not saying it would have been fixed, because it may not have been fixed. But if this is somebody that I feel like is important to my life, I'm going to say, yo, mama told me that nobody's invited to your wedding except your friends. What's up with that? Because I thought we was better than that. You know, like, I'm okay with being vulnerable with people that I trust myself to. And I would assume my brother is one of those people. And I've actually had like difficult conversations with my brothers where they say things I wasn't expecting them to say. And it kind of changes the reality of things, which is maybe why I feel this way. But so I don't think you're wrong for taking them out of your wedding. It's okay if you really feel that way. But I also think you maybe, instead of sending that letter, should have tried to figure out what was going on. But on this magical third hand, I understand why you didn't. Because he told your mama, but not you. And y'all have been talking this whole time. So it's like, why you didn't say nothing? Like, I really get all the confusion of it. So,
but I think that like reinforces what you're saying, and I agree with you on that specifically, because it's like, if we are close and we talk all of the time, what's going on? Like,
right? Why you didn't tell me?
Why am I hearing it from her and not from you? Because you're totally right. It could be something. I wouldn't assume based on this letter that your brother hasn't invited you to your wedding because he just thinks that you suck.
Right.
Or because his fiance thinks that you suck.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? It's probably something more complicated than that. Or, you know what I mean? It's maybe not something that's personal or directed to you. But the only way for you to know that is to have a conversation with them about it, to talk. And so I think I would also, again, like, not coming to your wedding, especially if it is a destination wedding.
Because honestly, I'm probably going to want to go.
I mean,
I'm going to want a vacation from America. I'm just being real. I'm going to want to go.
I'm not even mad at that. But I think at the same time, you know, as you're saying, if you weren't invited, I would be more hurt or confused by the lack of communication.
Correct. Me too.
Than, you know, the lack of an invite or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds like you definitely want to be at your brother's wedding and cry or take pictures or whatever the fuck.
Right.
So I'm sure that factors in. But I totally agree with you. I think I would have definitely wanted to like get a better understanding of why. Not only why I'm not invited, but why you didn't say anything to me. We've been talking this whole time. And don't give me, oh, well, you'd be mad.
Right. Don't give me that. Especially if we're actually close. Like,
right.
Don't give me that, oh, I know you'd be mad, because real friends, emotionally mature friends, and this includes siblings and whoever else, understand that there's no way to never hurt somebody else's feelings. There's no way to make sure that no matter what you do, you're not going to hurt somebody's feelings. Because whether somebody's feelings are hurt is not really up to you. You don't know what will trigger another person. You don't know what another person is sensitive to. But what you can do is be real about your feelings and be as honest and gentle about that as possible with the people you care about, and be willing to hear whatever they have to say after that. Like, it doesn't have to be, I never hurt your feelings. Do you need to go get your phone? No, they're going to wait? Okay, great.
That was the door.
Okay, great.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But it never has to be like, oh, I don't hurt your feelings and you never hurt my feelings and everything is perfect. It can be, hey, this is something that popped up for me. I felt a way about it. You're my fucking brother. You're my fucking brother. So I would just like to know what's up, you know, like, let's just have an adult conversation about it and let that be that. So I don't necessarily think it's your obligation to fix things. But if I were you, I would start the conversation simply because you do feel a way about it. And this is something you didn't know about. You had to hear about secondhand. So I feel like the older I get, the more I'm like, there's a gray area here that we're missing. It doesn't have to be that your brother hates you or that you hate them.
Yeah.
It can just be that the wires got crossed. He's dealing with his own shit. He's worried about his fiance and her shit. And your needs or whatever are not necessarily at the front of their mind, or at like your needs are not necessarily their top priority. So I would talk about it. If you still felt disrespected after that, then yeah, I would be like, okay, well, I talked to this nigga. I told him I felt like they didn't give a shit about me and he didn't give a fuck. So fuck them niggas. Like, I wouldn't feel a way about it after I had the conversation, just because I'm a highly sensitive person and I have friends who have inadvertently hurt my feelings many times since I was like 7 years old. So from that experience, I would ask and then take it from there. But it doesn't have to necessarily be like, oh, fuck my brother or whatever else. You know, like it can be worked out if both parties are willing to talk about it. I truly believe that. Yeah.
Damage control to do.
I mean, I mean, yes, there's that. But I just feel like, you know, it's possible. It doesn't have to be such a mess and it doesn't have to be so terrible. There's a place where like you can talk to your brother and come to a mutual understanding. And maybe he and his fiance still don't need to be in your wedding, but you feel better about him and her and their future as a couple. And that is, shout out to Link. See, Link said correct, bitch. That's right, bitch. Link said correct. That's right. Yes. That's my, yes, bitch.
Literally nobody asked her.
And yes, you chimed in anyway. That's
Link.
Right. That's my girl.
It's your black ass
Yeah,
down.
no, she said what she said and let her have her voice. So I would say talk to your brother anyway and then proceed from there. Either way, if you feel disrespected, then make that clear. And yeah, hopefully you and your brother and your future sister-in-law work it all out. But I think this can be repaired. I don't think this has to be a fuck everybody I know, you know, type of relationship. So if you have a question for The Read, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take another quick break and then we'll be right back.
Well, hi there. The new year is a great time to refocus on what's important, whether it's saving money, learning brand new things, or prioritizing your wellness. Right down here in Chuckalisa, we have to check off multiple resolution boxes, all while eating something very delicious with HelloFresh. HelloFresh delivers endless options to make cooking at home simple and enjoyable. Choose from 50 menu items each week to fit your schedule, budget, and your diet. Let me tell you something about HelloFresh that I love so much. You can have restaurant quality, pre-portioned ingredients shipped straight to your door without sacrificing flavor, and you can get it within your budget. All of these whippersnappers running all around my yard, tracking in that dirt, being musty, but having all of these towels and cracking half. I just can't keep up with what I can do. It's cook a delicious meal. You'll be surprised at how fast I can whip something up delicious and scrumptious and tight and nice. HelloFresh helps you cut back on time in the kitchen because let me tell you something, quick and easy meals. Quick and easy meals never been faster. Never been faster. And my New Year's resolution is to save time and money and to do it all with HelloFresh. They help me to do it all the time. I love being able to pop in and get all my green beans and my salmon. And it's just so great. Go to HelloFresh.com/TheRead16 and use the Read16
Hard. This is really hard in the throat.
Use code READ16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's code the READ16 at HelloFresh.com/the READ16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts, child. Get cooking with America's #1 meal kit. And y'all come back now.
All right, we're back, and it is now time for us to get into the read.
Yes.
Finally.
It is.
That point.
Do you want me to go first?
I do want you to go first.
Okay.
After we do Keep Furious Sports Short. Yeah. Yeah.
So excited.
Welcome back, girlies. It is playoff season, bitch. NFL playoffs, that's for specifics. That's right, girls. This week, the football children are playing off to see who's really the best of the best and who's going to sashay away, honey.
Wow.
And it is going to be taking place, that's right, this wild card weekend starting January 15th. The Philadelphia Eagles will be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday because the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans have buys. Not bi like sexual, bi like bi instinct.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, thank you.
It means they don't have to play.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Thank you.
And so then you're going to have more at the NFC with the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cowboys and the Cardinals taking on the LA Rams. And over at the AFC, that stands for the American Football Channel.
Oh, okay.
Course.
If you say
Concourse.
so. Yep. If you
Conference.
say. If you say so.
The Pittsburgh Steelers will be at the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, as well as New England Patriots on Saturday against the Bills. And the Las Vegas Raiders will be taking on the Bengals, bitch. And then the divisional round games will be taking place on the 22nd and 23rd. And that's when the bad bitches are going to really be against the girls. And we're going to, and this is in brackets. And what happens in that is that they be taking like the girls from one side of the portion in performance.
That's right.
Against like the badder bitches. And then they go head to head to see who's a bad bitch. And then the following, and then again from both portions. And then you keep going until there's 2 bad bitches.
Correct.
The baddest of the bad bitches.
Correct.
And then you have everyone's favorite time,
which
the
is
Super Bowl Louis Vuitton International, which takes place on February 13th in Inglewood, California. God bless him.
Okay.
Oh, that's why Dr. Dre and whoever the fuck. So, lots to think about and discuss. Unfortunately, we're running out of time because this is the sports shorts.
Okay.
So all I could really do is give you the schedule and what to look out for. But what I will tell you is that I have my eye on the Packers.
Okay.
And the Bucks. Woo, drama.
Okay.
And
all right. Amazing.
And the Eagles, because what a bird. What a bird. Beautiful, majestic creature.
The eagle.
And also the Patriots, because shade and the story.
What story is that exactly about the Patriots?
They've won so many and probably want to win again.
Even without their famed quarterback?
Even without their famed quarterback.
Who now plays for which team?
Quarterback. Who now plays for the Buccaneers.
Oh, wow. The fact that you know that.
because I don't understand what's taking you so long to catch up.
I mean, don't do this because I could ask you questions that you cannot.
And I do this. So as I said, you're welcome, girlfriends. Lots of sports
thank
to look
you. Yeah,
forward
you're right.
Man.
Let me know when I can ask questions.
The Oakland Raiders had an overtime victory over the Chargers,
they did.
which locked them in just at the end.
Yeah.
And so that's something interesting to look forward to. Shout out to Oakland.
Incredible. Yep.
So lots of footballing to look forward to for the girls who care.
Yeah.
Any questions?
I do actually have some questions not about the NFL, but they are about football.
Sure.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for your approval of me asking this question.
You're welcome.
So as we both know, the college football national championship is being played right now as we record. And I just want to know what you thought about Georgia versus Bama. Who you think is going to win? Will Georgia upset Bama? What will the temperature be like? What do you think is going to happen here tonight before we finish recording?
Well, I would assume that the temperature down there at this point is probably very cool. You could probably take your Ivy Parks out at this moment, just because, it's wintertime. So I'd imagine that, you can be bundled up, but not like freezing.
Right. Okay.
Bama versus Georgia, controversial take. I don't want to upset anyone myself. If you see what I did there, sport term also
upset. We got it. Yep, thank you.
And so what I will say is that there's a lot of power on both sides, and college football is just it's something of such culture and energy, surging energy and performance,
right?
And truly the power of the history within both institutions and rosters is honestly unforgettable, insurmountable, and really it's unmovable. And so what I would say is that I predict a bang up performance where there will be a winner that we can be proud of.
Incredible.
Because truthfully, it's about the game and the hard work.
I didn't hear a prediction of who
the children.
Win. I didn't hear that.
Within.
Okay.
I believe that the winning team will be the team with a very strong, supported, and impassioned group of Black players.
Wow, incredible. Okay.
Yeah.
That isn't what I asked, but all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome
for your response. I also had a question.
Honestly, spoilers.
Okay,
Don't want to do spoilers.
No. The girls, even though this will come out well after the game is over, you're right.
Yeah.
And I had a question about the NBA, if you didn't mind. I know you're also an NBA aficionado, right?
National basketball. Yeah.
Klay Thompson just returned after nearly 1,000 days out. So I wanted to know what you thought about his return to his team and his performance, on January 9th. I really would love to know. Please don't Google it. I can watch you type it. I see you typing. Klay is spelled with a K. No, it's spelled with a K.
I actually know how to spell Klay Thompson's name. I'm not Googling it.
So then what are you typing?
Pulling up
what are you typing?
The read
and pressing
that I
return?
have
do you?
For after this.
Oh, it's about Klay Thompson?
For my read.
Your read is about Klay Thompson?
About Klay Thompson
because I will remember. Right. Okay, so then what are you
Googling
looking up?
Klay with a K.
So then what are you looking up right now? Sir? What are you looking up
pulling up the tabs for my read, which comes after this.
Right. So why would you do that right now?
Filled with
I'm literally just asking.
Boiling hate.
I'm literally just asking how you felt about Klay Thompson's return to his team. I'm sure you know which team he plays for.
Absolutely, I know what team he plays for.
Which is the
team as golden as he is.
Right. Okay. Great. Yeah. So, what'd you think about that performance in his first game back?
fine.
After you've Googled it, it's fine, I'm sure.
No, I haven't Googled it. I'm telling you, what I pulled up are my upcoming...
Yeah.
I pulled up.
Sure you did.
I did not type anything. I typed in DOJA cat because that is what is in relation to my read after this.
Correct. Okay. So what exactly about his performance?
It was fine.
It didn't make you feel anything in particular?
It didn't make me feel anything in particular. Personally, I've never been moved one way or the next by that particular light-skinned individual.
Correct.
But I know that it is a moment that it excites lots of people who are fans of the warriorship.
Yep.
And for them, I say hoorah and hooray.
Okay.
And hip hop hooray.
Amazing.
And I'm down with OPP.
If you know me, you sure are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could not have asked for anything more thorough than that, even though I definitely could have, but I could not have. So thank you.
Yeah.
For that incredible rundown that definitely answered every question anybody could have possibly had.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I can't think of any other questions I have for your incredible sports shorts, which are always so sporty and so short. So if you'd like for me to get into my read, I can do that. Otherwise,
go for it.
Okay, great. So I just have a couple of very quick things this week. First of all, words still mean things. I know I said this a long time ago, and perhaps some of you have forgotten, but like, there are famous R&B girlies who think they can use the word depression or depressed when what they're experiencing is not that. There are several crackers who feel like they can talk about oppression when what they're experiencing is not that. And there are a lot of you who heard my response to the letter situation about the candles and called that gaslighting when it was not that. I just want y'all to...
It was just antagonizing.
Yes, it was antagonizing. I was definitely antagonizing you. But what I was not doing was denying that what you experienced was real. I was not telling you that your experience was not what it was. I was simply providing an alternative explanation. So I really want you girls who get all of your mental health information solely from Instagram to look up what these words mean. Because it is not gaslighting for somebody to have a different opinion than you do. Perhaps I'm gaslighting him about his ability as a sports shorts analysis, but aren't we all? So leave the rest of it alone. No, I said it. And Link knows it. You have your headphones on, so Link won't hear the truth, but you know. We both know what it is.
She loves my sports shorts.
No, I'm sure she does. No, I'm sure Link absolutely knows what sports shorts are. No, she's literally just staring at the computer because she doesn't understand why she can see me talking, but she doesn't hear me talking. She's so confused. She's like, bitch, what is happening? So there's that for me. There's also Eric Adams, who is the new mayor of New York City. And I just have to say really quickly, I did not vote for that sour pussy son of a bitch. And y'all see why. That nigga has not, since he was sworn into office, said one single good thing.
Yeah.
And I was Team Maya Wiley from the very beginning. I still am. I'm not for this hoe ass nigga. A lot of you heard about this fire in the apartment in the Bronx, that building where it spread to all 19 floors, killed at this point 19 people, including 9 children and I think 10 adults. And amongst the many things, the many stupid things Eric Adams has said in his not even 2 weeks in office, he said today that, like, if there is one lesson we can learn from this, is that you should close the door when there's a fire in your apartment. And, like, the most important thing is he was like, if we learn anything, it's close the door. And if there's a fire in your apartment, then close the door. so it doesn't spread to other apartments. And I was like, God damn, I thought personally that the problem was that rich people who own these buildings should fix the fucking issues with the heat so that nobody feels the need to plug in a fucking space heater in their power cord or their power strip all day long and even leave their family open to vulnerability. But I understand that when somebody who is on your transition team and is one of your officers owns one of the buildings, perhaps you would not want to say that. But I just want to make it clear to y'all that I didn't vote for that son of a bitch, and now you see why. And every time you're mad at Eric Adams for something he says, just remember that Crystal didn't vote for that nigga, didn't endorse that nigga, and never believed in anything he had to say or do because he's simply trash. I'm not moderate. And that is that. A lot of you girls are moderate. A lot of y'all are in a place that I'm not. And that's your business. But, it is what it is. And last but not least, I would like to pass my read this week. Pass the read like we used to. And I am going to name this read after Janine, who is the name of Quinta's character on Abbott Elementary. I adore Abbott Elementary. If you have not seen it, catch up on Hulu. But this came from a public school teacher, so I'm going to call her Janine. And Janine said, love you both. I love all the joy you bring to this tired teacher every week on your show. And I have a read on behalf of all of America's teachers. This is to all you dumbasses who are so pressed to have schools open in-person learning at the expense of teachers, staff, bus drivers, and children's health and safety. COVID is running through these schools like the goddamn Tomb Raider, and my school district governor, Joe Byron, and this stupid-ass country are all determined to do nothing. Being a teacher was hard before the pandemic, but it has been miserable since 2020. Why would anybody want to do this job at this point? We had scapegoats for everything, and I love every minute in the classroom still and regardless with my kids. And that plus the bills are the only thing that's keeping me going at this point. This is what in-person learning looks like right now for all you people on the outside with all these goddamn opinions. Every morning before the kids walk in, we get an email with a long list of the teachers and the staff who are out for that day. Then next to each name, it says no sub. There is both a teacher shortage and a substitute shortage. That means the staff that are present will be pulled from their duties to cover the class. That includes paraeducators who do critical work in supporting multilingual students who are still learning English and students with special ed needs, both of which are legally mandated. Students go to lunch and talk and laugh indoors with masks off. Outdoor lunch is provided as an option, but it's been scaled back because there are not enough staff to monitor students outside, even though sometimes parents will volunteer just because they want to keep the option on. All day long, I remind students to cover their goddamn nose. The masks provided by the school go quickly and they're cheap, so the straps break by lunchtime. 8-year-olds are terrible at social distancing now that there's enough space in the classroom for them to do it anyway. And when 90 bus drivers call out sick and leave students without transportation for school, a third of my class ends up being absent. Different teachers are being pulled to teach different subjects. And for all of you who are so pressed about the kids learning less, I just want you to know it's still happening because the schools are not fucking functioning. Everybody is getting sick. Learning is being disrupted, and it will only get worse because of inaction at the local, state, and federal level. Why not go virtual for 2 weeks so we won't have to spend the rest of the year doing this bullshit? Last Monday, my district made a system to determine which schools will be virtual. A school goes in the red zone when they hit 5% of students and staff testing positive for COVID. By Wednesday, 2 days later, 126 schools were in the red because duh, bitch. On Friday, These dingbacks deleted the fucking goalposts altogether and just threw out the whole system, stopped sharing case numbers, and basically said, LOL, fuck y'all, we staying in person. Decisions like this are happening all over the country, and everybody working in schools is sick of y'all's bullshit. For the record, teachers hate virtual learning. There seems to be some idea that we just don't want to go to work. And that may have been the case if school districts actually gave a fuck about remote learning and consulted with unlike schools that already existed, but they don't and they didn't. They just copy and pasted in-person schools and routines and told us to do it over Zoom, which is 10 times the work. We hate this shit too. We want to go back in person more than anybody else, but we also want to be safe. Your school districts and your governments are lying to you. If you want to go back in person, tell the people in charge to give us some real masks, provide weekly testing, and fix the ventilation in our outdated, broken down school buildings. Stop getting on Twitter to bash teachers because we don't want to go work in a petri dish all fucking day because you bitches know good and goddamn well you don't want to do it either. And if you did, you would take your ass to the local school and inquire about substituting, but you know good and goddamn well we don't get paid enough for this bullshit. Stop blaming teachers for every goddamn thing, and that includes you, Joe Byron, you raggedy ass, loser ass bitch. Shut this shit down already. I teach in one of the most vaccinated counties in the whole country, and Omarion is still living it up in this bitch, so cut the shit. No one can even get tested without waiting in line for hours. And the only thing you've offered is the advice to Google COVID testing locations. It must be worms on the brain, bitch, but stop playing in my goddamn face. How dare you be so bold and nonchalant when the only reason that you, Joe Biden, are even in office in the first goddamn place is because everybody else was so fucking pressed to get rid of Donald Trump that they would vote for anybody. Bitch, you weren't the first choice or even the fourth. So get your ass off of TikTok and Twitter and go do some work, you geriatric ass prune. Signed,
wow,
Janine, a fed up teacher who is too broke to quit.
All right.
So if you watch Abbott Elementary, you see why I named this person Janine, because Janine puts up with a lot. On behalf of her children who are in her charge, when also the government could be doing so much better. So shout out to all the public school teachers. We see you, we feel you, we know that the government is garbage and you're still doing your absolute best. So thank you. And yeah, I'm done. What do you have for this week?
Okay, so real quick.
Okay.
I will say, first and foremost, I read this story about some Doja Cat fan. Doja Cat had a concert in Indianapolis just a couple days ago.
Amen.
And there was apparently a bomb threat because one of her fans who allegedly wanted to avoid a line out in the freezing rain or something like that, or skip a line or something like that, decided to tell people that he had a bomb in his backpack, which obviously led to people alerting the authorities and them clearing people out, adding an extra 20 minutes
Amen.
to the wait time or whatever for them to go and figure everything out.
Yep.
This person was arrested, I believe, for something else, unrelated warrants or outstanding warrants or something like that. So it doesn't even have anything to do that. They're still investigating this from the time I'm reading it. So the girls are having concerts. Fine.
True.
I'm worried that y'all are really running in the street with the COVID crazies.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been anywhere ever before.
Probably.
We're still right on the brink of that
Correct.
Astro World Travis Scott situation.
Yep.
Why are you playing the game? What the fuck are y'all doing? The fact, like, the CDC basically said, girl, we don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. And so now y'all are like really just running around here saying whatever, doing whatever in the name of going to fucking see Doja Cat. We're not even talking about getting into Glory, which could be any day now.
Amen.
So I just, again, folks, if you are at all permitted to go about the street, let's just go to big gathering functions like this, like a concert or a movie or whatever the fuck. Great, have at it. Be as safe as you possibly can. Why the fuck are you ruining it for everybody? Like the people who are actually out there literally risking their health and lives and shit like that. Yeah. Being fucking stupid to see a pop show, bitch.
Correct. Stay
at the house. Vaxxed or not.
Oh, I have a whole moment about that.
I will say as well, who do I want to move on to next? Okay, I will just say to Kanye, Omicron West. I just find it interesting. I know we're going to talk about it. It's sick and shut in, or we just don't care. We don't really talk about it that much. But I find it interesting that in your quest to get this woman's attention with, whatever doe-eyed model actress, you keep picking the same white one. Telling, because
correct,
that white woman and that white family are never going to be threatened or feel intimidated by no black woman. You don't want to be with one. Says a lot that I already know and already peeped.
Amen.
And there ain't no jacket, there ain't no leather boot, ain't no fucking anything that's gonna make me is ever erase that portion. But great, genius, sickening. We're all having a great time. Trey Songz, what's going on? What's going on?
Rapist bullshit.
Trey Songz has been accused of being a rapist by a basketball player by the name of Dylan Gonzalez, who plays for, I think, Las Vegas. Yeah. And she tweeted, Trey Songz is a rapist. Lord forgive me, I couldn't hold that in another year. See you in 2022. This is literally also on New Year's.
Right.
A lot happened that day.
Right.
And I haven't seen an update on this as of yet. But I think Trey had 1 or 2 sexual assault accusations last year.
Yeah.
Keke Palmer called his ass out in 2017 for being creepy and using like coercion or sexual intimidation or something like that on the set of some music video. Like, little stuff has been said about Trey Songz in this regard for a while now. What's going on?
Yep. Exactly that. What is it, nigga? Because it's not adding up.
There's a lot of weird shit that's been going on in that camp or on that side of things. And it sounds like you might need to tighten the fuck up. And like, we need to hear maybe some information from whoever's doing the investigation, because this nigga has swung on the police and then was on a jet popping bottles and has all of these women accusing him of sexual assault and or rape. What the fuck is going on?
Amen. I just love how Link decided to pop up right at that moment and was like, bitch, I will make myself plain for this here. Like, she got up and was like, here I am. And we will talk about what's going on with this nigga. Amen. Because I don't get it either, girl.
Last but not least, I want to say that during the holidays, as I was wrapping some gifts, my family was doing the typical thing of having, the songs playing. And the Jackson Fives, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus came on.
Oh my God, I love that song. It's so cute.
And it wasn't until that moment this year, in the 34 years of my age, that I realized that the Santa Claus that Mommy was kissing was their dad. And I
what? Wait, what?
That.
What? You didn't wait? Hold on. Who did you think she was kissing?
Santa Claus.
But Santa Claus isn't real.
But it's a song. They don't celebrate Christmas. What fucking difference does it make?
But who do you think Mommy was kissing if Santa Claus isn't real? But Santa isn't real, so
it doesn't matter. It's a song.
So, but how is she kissing somebody fake if you saw Mommy kissing Santa?
'Cause it's a song.
But I mean, have you listened to all the lyrics? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. What happened?
I will say.
Okay, amen.
This read is for people like you who have been trying me ever since I said this shit.
No, because we don't understand.
No. This isn't what the fuck we're going to do. Because y'all bitches have been getting on my goddamn... Do you know how goddamn old this song is?
Right,
the Jackson
that's why
5
we don't
covered
understand
that
how
song.
your big grown ass didn't get it.
No. The Jackson 5 covered that song in whenever the fuck.
Okay, but you didn't.
Cover of a song from like the 50s or 60s, which means
but you
this
didn't.
song, which means this song has been a part of my life for all of my life.
Correct.
So
Me
since
too,
I've
nigga.
heard it,
Do you think I was born in the 60s?
that Santa was kissing these niggas' mama. Now, when I found out that Santa was not real, I never went, oh, so what the fuck was this song about? What the fuck was Michael singing about?
You didn't.
I never put two together. It's always been like, that song has always been like background or just a Christmas song that comes on since then.
Yeah.
I've never done a deep dive in or lyrical analysis of that motherfucking song ever since then. I never thought about it. And I don't even know when I listened to the entire song since then. Okay. So it wasn't even until the end of the song this year to when his brothers are clowning him for talking about it that I was like, oh, they're making fun of him because they know that wasn't nobody's motherfucking Santa Claus and it was Santa. But people are talking about like, oh, well, how did you not know that? Bitch, I wasn't fucking thinking about it. Is it that hard? Is it that hard to understand that I just was not thinking about the goddamn shit? No. And people were like, oh, so you just thought that fucking their mom was having a sneaky link, whatever the fuck that is, with Santa Claus this whole goddamn time?
You did.
No.
You did.
I actually, this whole time since I was a kid, was realizing that they were actually singing about motherfucking walking in on your parents' holiday role play. That immediately jumped out at me.
Gross.
Fuck y'all.
Gross.
What do you want from me?
Okay. I'm not one of these.
I did not goddamn think about it. I didn't think about it until this fucking year. Like, oh my goodness. And first of all, I was not alone. I thought it was going to be me and maybe two other people that have been like,
I can't wait to go on Instagram. I can't
Do you know how many motherfucking people were like, wait, it wasn't about Santa?
Right now.
And people were like, oh, well, Santa's not real. Bitch.
I'm going right now. I'm going right now.
You better watch out. You better not cry.
Those aren't the lyrics to I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
I know they're not. You're so... This is my problem. You take every opportunity to try and embarrass me. I am trying to make a point here. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better, what is it? Smoke weed, whatever. I'm telling you why Santa Claus is coming to town. So what am I supposed to do? Scream, no, he's not, because Santa's not real anymore. You know how many fucking songs come out around the holiday season that are about this bitch or flying reindeer or some other shit that doesn't goddamn exist and we just go along with it because it's a part of the magic of Christmas. So I was supposed to take this one goddamn song literal? I thought that the bitch was kissing Santa Claus.
Okay. Great.
But y'all want to jump down my goddamn throat. Bitch, fuck y'all. Every single one of y'all who had something to goddamn think about to say about me, bitch. I was trying to share a moment of... And first of all, I knew that it was dumb.
Sure you
That's
did.
why I shared it.
That's right.
It's embarrassing that I said I'm old. Yeah. It took me this entire time to make this fucking realization. Bullies. Fuck y'all. That's why I don't tweet now. Oh, well, Santa Claus is not real. Fuck you.
I mean, no, clearly Santa Claus is not real, but this didn't have anything to do with your decision to talk about it or not talk about it, and that's fine. You learned what you learned, and there's no shame in that.
I thought it would be a funny thing. I thought it would be like, oh my goodness, that's so silly of you. Oh my goodness, wow, that is so
I'm not sure
funny.
The problem,
and like,
I'm laughing a lot.
Wow, that's so funny that you didn't even make that realization.
I'm laughing a lot. Not sure what the problem is.
That's so adorable and holiday-like and childlike and magic.
I love that. I'm laughing so much. I'm not sure what
goddamn, you didn't have to tweet this, you fucking moron. Well, fine.
I didn't say all that.
Great.
I didn't say all that. I don't know who said that to you, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I won't tweet anything else.
Okay. Well, I didn't say that to you. I didn't say that to you.
I'm finished.
I'm proud of you for getting to where you got, but I didn't
Shut your ass up. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't have to hear it.
No, because I literally did not say that. So don't put that on me. Perhaps
I didn't say that was just you.
I'm just saying.
Everybody, you included.
No,
because it's fascinating that before I even got to that portion of the story, you mirrored it. Before I even spoke about them.
Well, because I didn't think you was for real. You know, so many times you talk about things you're not really for real about. So
wow.
I mean, right, like the sports shows, you're not for real about that. So I thought maybe you was just talking.
Oh.
And perhaps you didn't know. And then the more you talked, I was like, oh no, this nigga really thought it was one thing when it was not. And that's fine, friend. It really is. You know, you experience things the way you experience them, and that's beautiful and that's lovely. So shout out to you for your experiences. Amen. I think it's wonderful.
Y'all be dumb too. And that's really the point. And I'm done.
Okay, great. On that note, that is gonna wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Make sure you check us out at thisistheread.com. Follow us on social media at thisistheread. Again, if you have a letter for us, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. Friend, anything else from you before we leave for this week?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I felt like I should have had one of those happy
beautiful.
Meal things,
no, it's beautiful.
Episode's long enough.
Yep,
We're back.
It is.
First
it's very long.
Year.
Correct.
So, welcome back. Another year.
Yeah.
Still queer. And, you know, inspired by Pam Greer's Rear.
Amen. Correct. And we will check in with y'all once again next week. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see y'all then.